embrace such stimulating colors.
My credo is stimulate, enliven, uplift.
No doubt, but the Marcia Blaine School is essentially conservative, and any conservative school must turn out pupils that can read, write, and add up. Now I've noticed, Miss Brodie, some of your girls counting on their fingers.
Have you summoned me to your office, Miss McKay, to suggest that I might be unqualified to impart the mysteries of multiplication?
Certainly not. I merely want to point out that we are not what I believe is called a progressive school. We do not encourage the progressive attitudes. I have observed, Miss Brodie, a spirit of precocity among your girls, your special girls.
Well, thank you. I am in my prime and my girls are benefiting from it. I like to think that my girls are perhaps more aware than others.
Precisely.
You see, to me, education is a leading out. From the Latin ex meaning out, and duco, I lead. Therefore, education is simply a leading out of what is already there.
I'd hope there also might be a certain amount of putting in.
Well, that would not be education, but intrusion. From the Latin in meaning in, and trudo, I thrust. Therefore, to thrust a lot of information into a pupil's head.
To discuss education with such a dedicated teacher is always instructive. But it was not for that I asked you to come here. Miss Brodie, I am told that you make weekly expeditions to Cramond.
Yes, isn't it a lovely spot?
Indeed. I believe Mr. Lowther inherited the estate from his mother. He has lived there all his life. Overprotective, perhaps. He is not a worldly man, not a reckless man. I doubt that he would even recognize recklessness in others. And recklessness is an indulgence in which we at Marcia Blaine must eschew, not only within our walls, but in the personal life, the conduct, as it were, of our teaching staff.
I was unaware of the taxing load of trivia with which a headmistress must concern herself.
With which we must both concern ourselves. Miss Brodie, appearances must be considered. Your visits to Cramond Sunday after Sunday might invite a generous gossip into that small community.
Miss McKay, I must confess, I am astonished. Astonished that anyone at all might misconstrue my visits to Cramond. I am always chaperoned by my girls. I do not believe that you give any serious attention to the ignorant gossip of ignorant people. Miss McKay, it is on your good judgment, both as an administrator and as a woman, that I must rely, that I do rely.
I appreciate your confidence in me, Miss Brodie, but I am responsible to my school's Board of Governors.
I flatter myself not unknown to the Board of Governors, as I have been a member of the staff of Marcia Blaine some 6 years prior to your engagement. I feel quite confident in saying that no member of the board has ever shown anything but approval and appreciation of my teaching methods. Miss McKay, I use Cramond. I use anything I can possibly think of that would be of benefit to my girls. I use the woods at Cramond for lessons in botany, the rocks, the shore for lessons in geology. It should be patently clear to any member of the board that my excursions there are excursions for enrichment, both for Marcia Blaine and for my girls.
Well, thank you, Miss Brodie. I'm sure we've come to understand each other a good deal better.
I'm always at your service, Miss McKay.
Good day.
Chrysanthemums, such serviceable flowers.
I shall place the baby in the care of a worthy shepherd. I shall place the infant in the care of a worthy shepherd and his wife.
Peachy, it's shaping up. So much better since Mr. Lloyd.
Well, it's a real triangle, you see.
You shouldn't be sitting in the grass.
We have an engagement with Miss Brodie right here on this grass. I've got an idea.
No, let me finish.
Nope, it's my turn.
Marvelous. Yes.
Oh, that's it. Fresh air forsooth. If we breathe in any more chocolates, we shall be found strewn upon the floor like the fatalities in a fight-fit disaster.
Hello, Miss Brodie.
Refreshment al fresco, but the lion's share for Mr. Lowther. I have engaged in a fattening project, a full half a stone before the holidays. Oh, girls, did I neglect to tell you that once on leave from war, Hugh took me out in a small fishing boat? We spent some of our happiest hours among the rocks and pebbles of a little seaport. Sometimes Hugh would sing. He had a rich tenor voice. Other times he would set up his easel and paint. He was very talented at both arts, although I think that perhaps the painter was the real Hugh. But you girls are my life now. I am the potter and you are my pride. Give me a girl at an impressionable young age and she is mine for life. Already you girls are shaping up. I can discern.
I know you must be waiting.
Here comes our Mr. Lowther. Hello, Mrs. Lowther. Our minstrel suite. Now, Mr. Lowther, you must participate in a fattening project. It will enrich your voice. Caruso had the appetite of a giant. Now, girls, what shall I make for Sunday's picnic? A lobster salad or some of the pâté foie gras that you girls so love?
I should like a Chester cake.
There is no nourishment in sugar.
Oh, what good care you take of me.
Of course.
I was noticed at Traviata. I was noticed and reported to Mr. Gaunt.
Mr. Gaunt, the minister of Creme? Whatever for?
One of the elders of the church, he considered La Traviata, that is, the story of La Traviata, unfitting for the choirmaster of his church to attend to, with an unmarried lady and children. I defended myself fiercely.
Girls, there has been an attempt to persecute Mr. Lowther on our account. He has been reproached for escorting us to Traviata. One must never succumb to provincial ignorance. Mr. Lowther did not, nor shall anyone under my tutelage. What is it, Sandy?
I think Miss McKay has been watching us from her window.
So she has. I wonder how many more picnics we shall be allowed before Miss McKay thinks to patrol the grounds. Mr. Lowther? Have I told you of our latest interview? She set the time for 4:15, not 4 o'clock or 4:30, but 4:15. She thought to intimidate me with the use of quarter hours.
You really think Miss McKay is trying to drive you out of Marcia Blaine?
Does not signify what Miss McKay wants. Here I am, and here I shall stay. I will not leave you girls for the Lord
Lion, King of Arms.
not even he. Eat up, Mr. Lowther. Cooperation is the keynote. Jenny, do us a fling for comic relief. Oh, brava, brava, Arici brava. These are my girls, Mr. Lowther. Forsooth, they are the Brodie girls. Monica is histrionic. She will perform in plays, or perhaps write them. One day we shall pay to see Monica. Mary McGregor is alone in the world, and her needs are great. That is what I am for. I shall devote my energies to Mary. She will stop stuttering. She will brisk up. Mary McGregor will distinguish herself for me. I have no doubt. And then there is Jenny. Sometimes I feel that there is a spiritual bond between Jenny and me. I don't expect that Jenny feels this yet, but one day she will. Jenny will be beautiful and have animal magnetism. She will be painted many times. Already she has caught the eye of an artist. Mr. Lloyd has remarked her unusual quality. But what was it he said, Sandy?
All he said was, and you, I suppose, are the pretty one.
Jenny has a profile of deceptive purity. And Sandy.
Sandy's famous for her vowel sounds.
And you are very dependable, Sandy. Very dependable. Now, Monica, recite something for us, please.
What shall I recite, Miss Brodie?
Something of magic.
And there she weaves by night and day a magic web of colors gay. She has heard the whisper say, a curse is on her if she stay to look down on Camelot. She knows not what the curse may be.
Mr. Lowther, the Philistines are upon us. She knows not what the curse may be, and so she weaveth steadily. And little other care hath she, the Lady of Shalott. It lifts one up. Where there is no vision, people perish. And in her web she still delights to weave the mirror's magic sights. And often through the silent nights a funeral with plumes and lights and music went to Camelot. And when the moon hath overhead came two young lovers lately wed. I am half sick of shadows, said the Lady of Shalott.
The Lady of Shalott.
Yes, Jenny will be painted many times. I think that perhaps Jenny will be famous for sex.